All right. So, hey, everybody, Dan Fitzpatrick here at stockmarketmentor.com. I want to look at the S&P and the NASDAQ in a little different way in just a second. But let's just look at it this way. You can see, if you can't see that the market's changed, maybe you knew Stevie Wonder when he was I don't know. There's a blind joke in there someplace, but that one didn't work. So whatever. Bottom line is, that's where the trend was, right along the 20-day moving average. And then this thing broke through. We had a nice channel here. We broke through. This was a gap and crap, like big volume on the S&P on Thursday the 4th, right? And then that was, and I remember I said this, Scott said this, even though we got a rebound the next day, Scott's words were, this really scared me. I wasn't maybe quite that adamant, but I did say this is a sea change. This does not happen in healthy uptrends that ultimately keep going. This is a sign of, you could say it's a shot across the bow. I don't call things that get crushed like this and then keep going. I don't call that a shot across the bow. I call that like, hey man, we hit the hull. That's the end. And that's really what we've seen here. So we break through the 20, get a little like, let's suck them back in, buddy. And then we get this other move lower below the 50-day moving average. So this really kind of completed the route with respect to bulls deciding they're going to buy the dip. Buying the dip hasn't really worked well. And so we get a continued move lower, and now we have a little rally here. So the question is this it? Maybe we're just going to go back up here. So this is a shot across the bow. If after this kind of move, this kind of big breakdown here, break below here, if the S&P comes back up and like maybe even regains the 50-day moving average, but if it comes back up a little bit, it can lull you into saying, oh, this is a buy the dip, I got to get in. If it comes up even more, okay, that's great. Then everybody's back in. And then ultimately what happens is we get this kind of move and then this kind of move, and it's down here. And you're left here holding the bag and you're wondering what happened. You're saying, how could this have happened? And then you'll say, well, what could have been the early warning for me? And I will say this was the early warning. Now, this is a shot across the bow, not just this little thing here, but this whole big sell-off. It's still not a shot across the bow. It's confirmed as the quote shot across the bow, which is just a term that I coined a long time ago, meaning not that the market turned, but the market turned and then came back into the channel and continued on for a while. And then in retrospect, you say, where could I have seen this earlier? And it's right here. This is the shot across the bow if we get more of a rally. So the point is this. I don't expect much of this. And I'm looking at individual stocks, and I don't expect much of them either. I don't see any stock. I'm completely in cash in my trading account. Other longer term stuff, hey man, full speed ahead, whatever. It's a pullback. But for now, as a trader, I don't really see anything I want to buy, anything that I want to exchange my money for right here, right now. And that's what you want to be asking yourself always, but certainly in situations like this where you say, okay, I have cash. Is there a stock that I would like to exchange my cash for right here, right now? And what I'm seeing is a lot of stocks that I'm saying, no, not right here, right now, but maybe right there, right then, sometime in the future. So I would just say, stand pat right now. Don't really do much. Do your research. Look for stocks that are close to working, but not quite. And then just stock those. Okay. That's all I got for you. Members, we're going to look at the entire market and the semiconductor space and a couple others in the matrix. All right. I'll see you guys there.